Hi guys, this is Günther Fellinger on the Austrian National Day, a special day absolutely here. I'm broadcasting from this sunny day from sunny Vöcklerbruck. The first video you might have seen, that's over there, Vöcklerbruck. Yeah? I'm here at the bus station and I wish everybody from Austria, all friends of Austria, a happy National Day. I'm dressed up for the occasion. I have the Austrian mask. I don't need it now during the video, but later in the bus, because I'm here to celebrate beautiful Austria. I'm also to call for Austria to join NATO, obviously. You have seen the many videos. But also I'm here to celebrate the beautiful occasion that it's the start of the Austrian Klimaticket. That's really good. Klimaticket, something special, new here in Austria. It's for 1,000 euro, that's a lot of money, true. But you can use all the public transport here in Vöcklerbruck. The bus, the trains, all trains are included, and also all the public city transport. And that's quite unique. So a nation can really grow together much more and be more united. Mobility is better, and obviously it's good for the environment, and it's a very good measure. It's also a way to subsidize the population, because only people who live here really do this ticket. So and it's EU compatible, so it's a very smart way to do it, and it's one of the few successes of the present government. I hope they will have more with EU enlargement, with NATO membership, and with a real tax reform. That would be all very important and not small steps only. But this one is probably the one big success they have. So let's congratulate and let's celebrate. And I'm already doing that here with celebrating this Klimaticket, with traveling from Vienna to Linz to Vöcklerbruck and now to beautiful lakeside district, the Attersee, the lake I love very much. And I have very special relations to. I will show you in the next video, but now celebrate this Austrian achievement and this public transport innovation in price and utility. It's something very positive. I always argued in favor of such settlements. It's of course also an investment of the public, of the taxpayers, but it makes a lot of sense because it incentivizes public transport. And ultimately that's something wonderful, because I can always tweet. Well, I don't have to drive myself. Okay, I have to look around where the next connection is. That's of course a little bit of, you have to ask where the bus station is. Okay, but that's something I can do and I'm ready to do. And so you see the city is also much better and you have more time to tweet, as I've done already very intensively, to make videos, which I have been doing yesterday and today. Thanks everybody who was watching it. And so we can also celebrate the Austrian National Day in much more effective way. And when I'm waiting, I can do such a video here on this beautiful city in the west of Austria. And I hope it is, will be, and it is already a hub for the Balkans, for the Adriatic Balkans. It's an important area where a lot of Albanians and Kosovarians have settled here. There is work and there is prosperity. A lot of people, also rich people, also Russians are here, because you will see this is very exclusive and expensive area because it's very beautiful. And the whole world is here, welcome. It's an open place and it is a beautiful place and you will like it. But this is the video, the first of many I will do today for the Austrian National Day. Don't let me reiterate, we are only fully free once we are also in the alliance of the free world, because we had to sign up this dirty deal in '55 in order to get rid of the Soviet Union. It was not voluntarily. Neutrality was never a wish of the Austrian population. It was a price to be paid for the achievement of getting unity and removal of the Soviet troops, which after the Second World War have overstayed their welcome. Thanks for liberating Austria. But I always remember every Austrian and remind every Austrian politician that the Soviet Union was not the sole victor, some of them think, especially from the left, but it was the enormous industrial, financial and military capacities of the United States of America which made the victory possible, and also the Soviet success possible, because from '41 onwards there was massive fiscal, technology, industrial and material support from the Americans towards the Soviet Union. Harry Hopkins going to Stalin already directly after the attack by Nazi Germany, and then supporting the industrial efforts to rearm and ultimately stop also the German onslaught. And this is the historic fact, and it's important to always remember that also Western Austria was liberated by Patton. In Austria, nobody knows about Patton anymore, and nobody talks about it. I feel always reminded when I was first time, because here it's also the Sound of Music area, it's very important. I was first time in New York, and everybody in America in '91, everybody knew about Sound of Music, just me not. Because in Austrian state television that was seen as not appropriate, too much pro-American, and it was never broadcasted in television until '91, '92. Now they play it on and off, because now, of course, we are in the EU, we are free, more or less, yeah. But we have never made the step towards NATO, and there is many reasons for that, connected with anti-Americanism of the Austrian left and right. Unfortunately, all political parties are guilty. And so we are in this complete mess. And this hopefully will change over time now, when the heels of the past and the Austrian conflictual political past will somehow heal, I hope. But it's now already 26 years in the European Union. We should have matured much more, and we are not. We are not. Always these external shocks lead to excuses to continue anti-Americanism and our terrible kind of narrative of this isolationism, which we have, this kind of special Austrian way, even Kurz, and that's why I'm so happy. I tweeted today that he is no longer Chancellor, because for me it was unforgivable when he explained to Ukraine in 2014 and 15 that neutrality is a good option, while Ukraine, being neutral, was attacked by the Soviet Union and dismembered, two parts taken militarily by Russia, and that was a terrible crime. And then Kurz goes and says, oh, you were not neutral enough. Whenever they were neutral from 2004 to 2014. And so that was, of course, a tragedy and a mistake. And I want never again an Austrian politician to recommend anybody in Europe neutrality, because it was a miserable kind of deal under duress, necessary in '55. And the Hungarians would have loved to get the same, but they got the tanks. Yeah? We got free, and we somehow have maneuvered in between. But now it's this year, 30 years of end of the Soviet Union, and we are still in the same mess, and we are still not ready for NATO, because whatever, then the Kosovo war and our pro-Serbian positions, and then it was the Iraq war and the anti-Bushism, and then whatever, then the anti-Trumpism. There was always a reason why we don't like America, don't like NATO, claiming that we are for peace, and so on and so on. And the mess continues to this day, to this day, and it has to stop. I'm not sure if a reformed Austrian People's Party and the Chancellor Schallenberg will be ready to touch these taboos. I don't think so, but I will touch all of them. At least there will be a body of thought existing on YouTube, on my podcast, on the audio on YouTube, iTunes, and also in my written publication, while I'm now focusing on the Euro enlargement. And I hope I can publish now in Albania and in Moldova and in Germany. These are the three ones I currently do, and once this is done, I will move onwards towards the West and try to publish in Brussels, in Washington. I need to gain more credibility in my campaign, obviously, to publish in Brussels, but I'm working on it. The poor op-ed editors of Politico and all the other Euroactive EU observers have to cope with my emails regularly, but okay, it will come, and I plan to promote the unity of Europe by the Euro, in NATO, and the EU ultimately, when the political conditions are met and also the foreign policy is united. Yeah? That is so important. But for all this to happen, it goes much faster if also Austria is a role model. Because if we continue to be this kind of negative role model, then like we are at the moment, where Serbia and Bosnia, the Serbs in Bosnia, abusing Austria as a kind of role model in the public debate, that you don't have to be in NATO because you can be moving into the EU the Austrian style. This is the Vucic and Dodik line of thinking, fostered by the populist from Austria, this unholy alliance with the nationalists of FPÖ. And so we are in that mess. And that's of course very bad. And so Austria, okay, if we are not ready to join NATO because we are not ready as a political elite to discuss with the population honestly and raise these taboos and tackle them, then we should at least not go out to Bosnia, where we have made so much wrong in history, in our colonialism. And then we should not go out and preach our kind of failed systems and our bad compromises then to anybody else, because that's of course extremely counterproductive, and it's very anti-American, and it's very much falling into the bag of common European and common American positions, and that obviously shouldn't happen. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so agitated on this NATO thing, because ultimately, as some of my friends boast, Austria don't matter, and anyhow the Austrian defense officials, many of them are so corrupt that they sell all the data to Russia. So their thinking is so corrupted as well that they are so pro-Russians. So we cannot, it would be a disservice, some say, to have all these guys then sitting as a NATO member in some meetings and tweeting or emailing all the documents to Russia directly for 1,500 euros, which seems to be the going rate for, as we have learned in this Wirecard scandal. Now, that's a tragedy, all this. I call it the Redl-listen from Oberst Redl. That's of course one part of the things, you know, this kind of Austrian treasonable culture in the security service. That's a tragedy. But okay, that can be cleaned up over time. We now mentally arrived in the EU much better, and hopefully there will be also this kind of improvements in that one. But okay, now it's the Austrian National Day. Let's not talk negatively about this beautiful country. You will like it. I will show you some of the most beautiful parts of Austria today. Whatever I can do by bus with Klima ticket. But it's the first day I can use it actually. I like it. It's the 26th it started, and I will use it today. And it's just another, how I see it, another 15 minutes the bus will go. And okay, you have to live of course with such scheduling, but that's not a problem at all. I'm happy. I'm just taking a sit here and I will show you the beautiful parts of my beautiful area, which ultimately, honestly, it's also the truth. Many people also in the past, they came here because it was liberated by the Americans. Never forget, yeah? This was the free part of the world. The Danube was the border, and also the Enns. That's to the east were the Russians, the Soviets, and to the north. I visited the Soviet military cemetery in Bad Leonfelden, and you see how old these things are. Yes, it's the reality. Good, that is the long gone past. Now we have to work for the future in a united Europe. And my specific approach here is to promote the euro. I got told off by it. I was explained it's impossible, but I know it's not true. I know it is possible to do it. Yeah? All the people who criticize me and they claim that I hurt the euro, I spread fake news. No, guys. The euro is possible. It was done in Montenegro, it was done in Kosovo, it was done by Dr. Busek. I know him very well. He told me himself personally that he did it. It was done under the supervision of Mr. Schüssel. It was done during the 2000s, in 2002, when Austria was run by the Prime Minister Wolfgang Schüssel. It was done by all the people who are now in power of my generation, like this is Schallenberg. He was very much involved. It was Lienhardt, he's a different generation, but he was in the cabinet of Schüssel. They know it all very well that it was possible, and it was possible to do it, and it should be done. So more to come. On this one, I will share all my things on my Twitter feed, and I will give you more information and more to come. Looking forward from the Attersee. Best regards. Bye.